Guess who's back? Back again. You know what? I do not have the money to pay for that song and for Eminem to sue me right now, so I'm just gonna stop it there. Hi! Hello everyone. My name is Robin. I am so sorry that I have not done an update in a little while. Been slacking. What can I say? Been dealing with some personal stuff and whatnot, so haven't really had a chance to pop on and do another update for you guys, but feeling a little bit better, feeling a little bit more like myself today, which is good. Um, so yeah, update number, I believe this is number 4. Things are going really well so far. I was having a little bit of issues with the weight loss surgery itself. I think I talked about that a little bit in my last update about how I was kind of struggling with, scale not doing much and, just things that your body goes through and all that kind of fun stuff. And I mean, you still deal with that on a daily basis. I will forever say that this is the hardest thing that I have ever done is doing this weight loss surgery. It has been a very interesting couple months though. One thing that happened that was really great was that I did have a really great epiphany that I wanted to tell everyone about because I haven't really had a chance to talk about it on YouTube or anything yet. If you're following me on Twitter and Instagram, you will have seen some of my photographic progress updates, which is good. So as far as the epiphany that I had, I realized that around, I think it was March or beginning of April last year, 2021, that I saw my dietitian for the first time. And when I saw her, she weighed me at 402 pounds. And so that was around this time last year. And I basically realized that I took my weight yesterday at work and I was at 276. So that is over 100 pounds. That's like 120 some odd pounds. I am sorry the camera is shaking. There is a cat walking on the platform that my camera is sitting on right now. His name is Thor. He needs to be in all of the action right now. So I basically realized that's like a good over 100 pounds, nice hefty chunk in a year's time. So I feel like that is incredibly awesome and incredibly amazing. That has been a really big achievement, and making that realization has been a really great achievement for me. For those of you who are wondering and have heard me talk about my cats, this is Thor. He is a ridiculous love bug and does not like it when I am on my phone and when I'm doing any kind of video, anything, because that means that he is not the center of attention. So here we go. Thor is now going to be internet famous. Look at that face. Look at that face. Oh. Unfortunately, my other cat, Jubilee, will not let me hold her. So I'm pretty sure it'll be very rare that you guys actually get to see her on one of the videos. Unless she's doing something really cute in the background and walking around or something. But Thor likes to be in the action. Anybody out there who is also into paganism, Wiccanism, it doesn't even have to be that. Sometimes you hear about not having pets but having familiars. I very much think that Thor is more of a familiar than a pet. A lot of the time when I'm going through stuff, he's always just right there with me. Aren't you? Yes, you are. So, anyways, so yeah, I had that really big epiphany, which was really, really great. I'm still really astonished and accomplished and just cannot believe that kind of transformation. The fact that I've lost 100 pounds in a year, that's pretty, over 100 pounds, let's put that over on there. That's pretty flippin' awesome. Let's see, what else? I think the last update that I did was before I went on my trip to California. So I did go to California for my birthday. I just turned, oh my God, I'm trying to make myself younger. I just turned 38 in February, and I spent it at the happiest place on earth. I was at Disneyland on the day of my birthday, which was super cool. The day before my birthday, My best friend, one of my best friends in all the universe, my friend Jeff's younger sister Jessica, got married to the love of her life. And so I got to go down to California for their wedding, which was super amazing. And it was a great day. It was a beautiful day. It was a great ceremony. I'm so thankful I was able to be there. One thing that did happen because I was on vacation was I ate like crap. And while I was at the wedding, I was actually able to have some wedding cake and a small glass of wine. And I had told my dietitian about it when I got back. Because I was a little bit worried about like the fact that, I treated myself like I was on vacation, and I was worried that I might have overdone it. And the exact words that my dietitian told me were, I am glad that you are not depriving yourself, and I am glad that you're coming at this in a very level-headed way. So I will always give this little piece of advice. I say it in the bariatric support groups all the time. All things in moderation. Like, this bariatric surgery is a tool. And, with me going through the personal, emotional stuff that I've been going through, I find myself craving a lot of the horrible foods that I used to eat before. The McDonald's, the Burger King, everything like that. Pastas and all kinds of really delicious, fattening foods. And, one thing that even my dietitian said was like, you're still allowed to enjoy life and enjoy food. The main difference that this bariatric surgery gives you is you just can't eat as much. So, I mean, now instead of having, a large meal, a large size meal from McDonald's plus like an extra sandwich or something like that, now I will literally order a 4-piece McNugget and a small fry, and I can't finish it, So, I mean, that's the main thing. It's just like you can't put as much in your stomach as you once used to be able to do. And I'm also not getting McDonald's every single day or anything along those lines. So, I mean, it is. It's just all things in moderation. You're allowed to treat yourself every once in a while. Please do not be afraid or ashamed to do so. And also, one thing that I will forever say is, you gotta stop focusing on that scale. That was probably one of my biggest downfalls, was I was just so worried that the scale wasn't doing much. And then I had my epiphany of how much I've lost in the last year. And I mean, like, yes, that's focusing on numbers and everything. And at the same time, I'm noticing other differences. I'm noticing that I feel a little bit more energetic at my job. Every once in a while, I have to go down some stairs and up some stairs. And 5 months ago, if I went up and down those stairs, I would be out of breath, coming back up them. And now, I can run downstairs, and when I come back upstairs, I'm not out of breath after I'm done, coming up those stairs and things along those lines. I feel lighter on my feet. I feel quicker on my feet, things like that. So some of those changes have really come along and made things a lot easier and a lot nicer. So that's been pretty cool. And this cat is shedding. I thought if I had short hair cats, I would not have to worry about shedding, but my God, these cats, like, it is the change of seasons around here. Even though we got some random snowfall here in Eastern Washington yesterday, it happened like overnight, and we woke up to massive snowfalls, and then by the afternoon, like, the sun came out and everything was gone. So now it looks like spring again. It's very bizarre. Anyways, so that has been a majority of what's going on with me. I feel like I need to take a break from those support groups. Somebody literally posted in one of the support groups a couple weeks ago that they had their procedure done, I want to say 6 weeks ago, and they've been following their program. They've been doing everything that they're supposed to do, and they gained 0.7 pounds, and they're freaking out, and they want to know what they're doing wrong. I really wish you guys could see how much fur is flying all over this place right now, because this cat is like yearning for attention. Pan down a little bit so you guys can see him a little bit. Hi. So just people being that focused on numbers and tripping over gaining not even a pound. And I mean, you have water weight can fluctuate day by day. They say like the first month, like don't even weigh yourself or anything like that, just because, you know, you've got swelling from the surgery and you've got so many other things going on that you're probably not even going to start losing weight until like the first month or 6 weeks into it. And I think I've mentioned that before. I'm so sorry if I repeat facts and everything like that when I do these videos. I don't watch them again before I record them. So just people just tend to freak out over things like that, and it makes it really difficult to stay the course sometimes. But I mean, I still stay in there and I still hit them with, you know, positive encouragement and just say like, hey, you know, you just put your body through something pretty severe and pretty traumatic, so it's not all going to happen overnight. You got to be patient, things like that. um but for me, I've been fortunate in that what I my body hasn't disagreed with anything I've put in it. I haven't had to deal with dumping syndrome. Usually that happens with high fat foods as well as very sugary foods. And luckily for me, I've been able to basically eat whatever and not feel upset afterwards. The only thing is my body just lets me know, like, hey, you've eaten enough. And it's really hard to describe how that feels, but you definitely, like, your stomach just feels very, very, very full. Like, you definitely feel very full, very satisfied. And once you feel full or satisfied, that is just when you stop. Like, don't take another bite. Don't do it. Just listen to your body. That's like the biggest thing that you learn how to do pretty quick, I feel, with this, is you learn how to listen to your body a lot more. um my body was really starting to say like, hey, you should probably put more veggies in me, or hey, you should probably stop eating this, or like, hey, you're full now, stop eating. So that has been the biggest thing, is like learning how to listen to my body, and it's been very interesting and very entertaining. um Other than that, just kind of stay in the course. I think I've hit another stall. Like I said, I weighed myself yesterday and I was at 276, but the last couple of weeks I've weighed myself, I've been around 280, 281, 279, like just dancing around that area. So I think I've hit another stall in the weight loss, which is fine. I actually sucked it up and shelled out money and bought some new scrubs. I was wearing my old scrubs to work, and my old scrubs were like size 5X, and I was just drowning in them. And so I went ahead and I bought some 2X scrubs that fit really nicely, and I got some stretchy material because, oh my gosh, like, just usually scrubs are just made out of this material that just doesn't stretch at all, and it's crazy. And there were birds outside the window, and this cat is about to go hunting, I feel. um so the fact that I did have to, because scrubs are expensive, I don't know if anybody realizes just how expensive scrubs can be. So the fact that I'll probably be wearing these 2X scrubs for a little bit is pretty good. I know that I have talked before about wanting to start going to the gym. I have not done that. My coworker is a little bit of a gym rat, and he actually just did cardio, like just cardio, a couple days ago, and he was just like, I think that would be really good. And also, when I do hop on the treadmill and do some cardio, toy around with the inclines and things like that, I actually feel a lot better. Like, that whole exercise gives you endorphins thing. It's fact. And I know that being able to move and um, things like that would just do really good things for me and for my mental health and for my body and things like that. So one of these days, I'll suck it up. I'll get in there. And for the most part, just trying to stay motivated, stay the course. Trying to eat better at home. Trying not to DoorDash things. It gets really difficult. My job is very stressful. We are always changing things, and we've got new programs starting and things like that. So it's always a big challenge trying to stay motivated, because by the time I'm done with work and by the time I get home, I am just mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted. So the thought of cleaning is not, it is not it. That is not the business. I just want to veg out, watch YouTube. I've started watching a lot of Try Guys videos. That's been my thing lately. Um, and watching a lot of comedy, a lot of Kevin Hart, a lot of John Mulaney. That's been my go-to. Watching movies and TV shows that I've seen 150 times instead of starting on new things like I should be doing. I don't know how many times I have had people tell me that I need to watch certain shows, and things like that. And I just haven't done it yet because I'm just like, well, you need to have focus, and my brain is just a little bit scattered. I'm very scatterbrained. So it's hard for me to focus on anything new. Whereas if I put on something that I've seen 150 times before, at least it can just be background noise and it's something that just is there. Um, so just struggling with some of the mental health stuff and trying to stay the course and eat a little bit better, and just enjoying the company of cats and whatnot. I'm so glad that Thor decided to star in this video with me today. Maybe it'll get me some more hits because it'll be a cat, and cats on the internet means gold. Let's be honest. Am I using him? Am I using him? Maybe I'm using him. Does that make me a bad cat mom? Maybe it does. I don't know. Um, but that is pretty much everything that I've got. This one is a little bit shorter just because not much change has happened. I mean, as of right now, I've just kind of hit the stall. I have my really cool epiphany. I got to go to California for my birthday, which was awesome. And right now, just kind of focusing on making my next plans and what I want to do and how I want to do it, and maybe purchase some new clothes because I'm still wearing clothes from 100 pounds ago. Oh wait, over 100 pounds ago. We gotta keep tossing that in there. We gotta keep remembering this is over. But other than that, if you guys have any questions, if you want to know anything, you can always reach out to me. Like I said, my email will be listed below. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You can always DM me there. And anything along those lines, you are more than welcome to hit me up, because I never know what I should talk about in these videos. So if you guys ever have any suggestions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out and give me suggestions on what you would like to hear about, what you would like to know about. If there is anything specific, just let me know. I'm pretty open, and the whole reason why I decided to start this channel was to have an open, honest conversation about weight loss surgery and what you go through mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. I am more than happy to talk about any of it, and I am more than happy to just answer any questions and just be a sounding board, a well of knowledge for my own personal experience. Because I mean, everybody is different. You know, I comment that, I would say, probably 3 times a day in the support groups. Like, everybody is different. You can't compare your journey to another person's journey. Like, so many people post about how they can't have certain things, certain foods anymore because it just wrecks their stomach. Whereas with me, my stomach, I don't know if it's made of cast iron or what the deal is, but I am fortunate enough that my stomach has been able to handle absolutely everything I've thrown at it. I kind of experiment a little bit with different levels of sugariness on things just to see how well my body handles sugar. As of right now, it seems to be doing all right, but I'm still kind of staying away from refined sugars and things like that. I still opt out for, you know, low sugar items if I can. Um, I got some high protein pancake mix, and in the high protein pancake mix, I use some of the regular syrup that I have here at the house, and it's like a mixed berry syrup, and it is definitely not sugar free. And I was able to eat it just fine. Did well with it, and like I said, I was able to have the wedding cake at the wedding and things like that. So I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing that I am able to have sugar and whatnot, but it's not like I'm having it every single day. Like I've said before, all things in moderation. So I feel like I'm doing okay with that. Like my favorite snacks that I like to eat right now are like cucumbers and hummus, or cucumber or bell pepper and hummus. I like crackers and cream cheese. Uh, just regular cheese sticks are good. Though, and that's actually pretty much been what my diet mainly consists of, is snacking. It's just impossible to have a full meal still. We will be at 6 months post-op on May 10th. So May 10th, 2022, not only will I be 6 months post-op, but I can start having caffeine again, you guys. Caffeine will be reintroduced into my life, and I'm so excited. I've been having decaf coffee since before the surgery, and I'm very excited to have actual caffeine again. And I'm gonna try not to go crazy and get like a huge, gigantic, large, like nitro cold brew from from Dutch Bros or something, like when I'm first able to start having coffee again, because I don't want to overdo the caffeine and just be running around work like bouncing off the walls, driving my coworkers even crazier than I already do without caffeine. So I'm very excited to bring that back into my life. And also being 6 months post-op, I can introduce bread back in. But with my program, they say even if you do introduce bread, like literally try like half a piece of toast, and like that's it. So I will admit, I will be honest, I have had a couple of bites of bread since I've had the surgery, but I will say that bread definitely fills you up super fast. Like I took all of like 2 bites, and yeah, like I could already feel it expanding in my stomach. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a while before I can start incorporating like bread or anything like that back into my life. Um, the Now having the pancakes was a bit of an experiment, because like technically, it's a breakfast carb and things like that. So, and that did work out as well, so I was able to have that. So that has been an interesting journey, trying to figure out how all of that works and how my stomach's going to handle that. So I'm just mostly excited to be able to have caffeine again. And then once 6 months hits, I will also be able to drop 2 of the medications that I am taking. I am taking a medication called ursodiol. It is a gallbladder medication, because you can run into issues with your gallbladder and everything after the first 6 months. And then I'll also be able to drop the omeprazole, which is for heartburn. A lot of one thing that I did want to touch on is, in the groups, a lot of people ask which procedure is better, sleeve or bypass. And one thing that I want to say is that this is not a versus situation. One procedure is not better than the other procedure. They are both fantastic procedures with fantastic results, and everything is all basically based on you and your situation. For me, when I met with my doctor, Dr. Halbert, fantastic surgeon, Christiana Care, Wilmington, Delaware, shout out. I give them a shout out like almost every single video, because they're the reason why I'm here right now. Basically, they ask you a series of questions before you have the surgery. So usually when you go in for your consultations, they ask you a series of questions, and those questions help determine which procedure will be best for you and your situation. And one of the questions that they ask is if you get frequent heartburn. If you get frequent heartburn, or you already have GERD, or you are prone to GERD, anything along those lines, I had to have an endoscopy done, the one where they shove the camera down your throat. When they have you do that, they are basically trying to determine which procedure is best, because If you have the sleeve surgery, that can actually make GERD, heartburn, things on those lines way worse. So a lot of people tend to have a lot of problems with GERD and heartburn post-op when they have the sleeve surgery. Whereas with bypass, if you already have GERD, if you already have heartburn, it can pretty much nix it. It can reduce it to next to nothing. So having bypass can actually tend to be a cure for heartburn, which is pretty cool. So the fact that I do get frequent, well, did get frequent heartburn was one of the reasons why, Dr. Halbert and I had decided together, like after having a conversation, that the bypass was the best option for me. And another reason why, they might go with bypass is that sometimes if you have a little bit more weight to lose, they might have you do that. And at the same time, if you are severely overweight, like, sometimes having the bypass is too dangerous of a surgery for you to have. So even if you do have a lot of weight to lose, depending on your condition, they might still recommend that you get the sleeve, based on your weight and everything. So, I mean, everything truly is determined on you and your situation. This is not sleeve versus bypass. There's not one procedure that's better than the other procedure. You do not have to think of it in terms like that, because a lot of people are always just like, oh, I'm trying to decide which one is the best. It's like, no, like one procedure isn't better than the other. It's just the fact that which option is best for you and your situation. So that is one of the big misconceptions that I wanted to toss out there, is that there isn't one that's better than the other. And right now in today's society, and after learning a whole bunch of things about the different types of bariatric surgeries, you're pretty much down to either sleeve or bypass. Nobody really does the lap band surgery anymore. Nobody does, what is it, the gastric balloon. It's very rare that you'll find anyone do any of those procedures, just due to a lot of complications that people had with them. Sometimes people start with the sleeve and then it'll get revised to a bypass later on. So there's just so many different routes that you can take, so many different ways that it can work, so many different circumstances that lead to which procedure you'll end up getting. And just remember that your journey is your journey. However you decide to go about a journey like this is your decision. They're like, it's no other way for me to really think to put it right now, but it's your body and it's your choice, and what you decide to do post-op is also your body, your choice. So with me, I'm able to have a lot of foods that the food police, as we call them, and a lot of these support groups would just frown on me for. And I am fortunate enough that my stomach can handle it, and my stomach does okay with it. Other people cannot have chicken, can't have red meats, can't have pork, can't have a lot of different things. Even vegetables or fruits will just completely ruin them. They'll get severe dumping with any kind of sugar. So, it's all dependent on you and your body and what your body can tolerate and what your body can handle. So just stay the course, trust your body, listen to your body, and, this journey does not have to be torture. So many people think weight loss and dieting and things like that has to be torture, and it doesn't have to be. It can be an amazing, enjoyable experience for you. It can be restrictive, sure. And it can also just be a blessing. And just remember that anything out there is basically just a tool. You still have to put in a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline to get everything done. And in the end, I think you'll thank yourself. And Lord knows that I was definitely crying some pretty happy tears when I realized just how much weight I had lost in a year's time. And I mean, it's only gonna end up being more at some point or another, and that is amazing to me. Hopefully, I haven't talked about my hidradenitis in a while. So hidradenitis suppurativa, my skin disease, that is one of the main reasons why I wanted to have the surgeries, because my dermatologist really felt like it would be like essentially a cure to put the hidradenitis in pretty good remission. And unfortunately, I have just been having some really bad flare-ups with the HS since then. But I do think that most of it is attributed to the amount of stress that I've been under. Like with most autoimmune and inflammatory diseases, stress is a huge factor in causing flare-ups, and I have been very stressed out. I have been going through a lot mentally and emotionally, so I feel like that is probably the biggest contributor to what has been happening. Um, so I think that once things kind of start to calm down a little bit and I get a better grasp on my feelings and whatnot, I think that hopefully it'll start to get better. I have noticed that my Humira seems to be working a little, seems to be working better than it was. It sometimes it kind of felt like after I did the Humira, it didn't really do much, but I've noticed the last couple of times that I've injected, it seems like overnight, like things start to clear up and things start to heal a lot faster, which has been good. I had a really, really, really bad flare up about 2 weeks ago, and this is being filmed on April 16th. And a couple weeks ago, I had a really bad flare up, and my primary care provider actually had to give me some oral steroids, had to do a regimen of that. And I did have to go back on my minocycline antibiotic regimen for a while. So we're going to give that a try. And honestly, I feel like it helps a little bit, but I still get the flare-ups, I still get the lesions, I still get the issues, and I do see my dermatologist this coming Tuesday, so I'll get to talk to her about that. Basically, you're still putting your body through a lot of different hormonal and metabolic changes as well. Seriously, cat hair just everywhere, guys. It's terrible. You're still putting your body through a lot of hormonal and metabolic changes when you go through this surgery, and my body is still kind of sorting all those out. And like I said, just the stress and the emotional issues that I've been having have also contributed. So, I think once I get a better hold on all of that, I think it'll start to get better. But I will talk to my dermatologist, kind of see if she has any kind of suggestions or things like that. I think another thing that will help is this whole going to the gym and moving thing, starting to live my best life and doing better with things like that. So I should probably stop talking about it and just do it one of these days. I really should. You know, it's so easy to say it, and then like just the motivation's just never there, because you get home and you just want to hang out and you just want to cuddle with your ridiculously adorable cat that just spent half of a video with you. So I'll get there eventually. I will. I promise. I make this promise to myself that I will get there eventually. But I think that is all I have for you guys in this one, because now we're at 30 some odd minutes. And I'm sure you guys do not like to hear me ramble for so long. I don't know if I should try and shorten these videos or if I should just keep doing what I'm doing. But if you guys are still watching, I really appreciate you guys watching and showing interest in my journey. And I really can't thank you guys enough for all of your love and your support. Like I said, please follow me, Twitter, Instagram. Here on YouTube. You can also follow me on TikTok. I'm still just doing like super basic TikTok videos where I just lip sync a bunch of stuff, but it's a nice fun little release to do every once in a while. So yeah, and we don't have to talk about the weight loss journey. We don't have to talk about the bariatric surgery. I'm a little bit of a movie buff. I've kind of fallen off of it after the pandemic and everything like that, but if you guys ever want to talk movies, TV shows, comic books, anything like that, hit me up. If you have any questions, and like I said, if you guys have any suggestions about things that you want me to talk about in these videos, please feel free to let me know, because I'm always trying to come up with ways to make these videos a little bit more interesting. Maybe get a couple extra views, I don't know, but it's also kind of nice to have a video diary where I can kind of see where I'm at and where I have been and how far I've come and things like that. It kind of helps keep me accountable, and it's kind of nice to just kind of have a video legacy to look behind on. It's a really interesting concept. I really like it. So yeah, if you guys want to reach out to me with any suggestions, comments, constructive, polite, non-cruel criticisms, because this is the internet, I am more than open to those. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. I appreciate you guys so much. I don't script these, I just ramble for however long it goes. So I don't know if I might start scripting these or something like that. But please feel free to just toss out any suggestions. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fantastic Easter, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.